going to be working on a trigger handle assembly off of a KM131 trimmer. This is going to be the same handle assembly that fits on almost all your Pro Series trimmers from Stihl. So all the way down to probably the FS 91, 94, 111, 131, all of your Kombi models. So I want to take this apart. I want to show you guys how everything gets put back together, where all the springs go, where the pieces align. I've had a lot of questions about stuff like this in the past, so I thought I'd just make this video so that way you guys can see everything up close and understand. These can be really tricky and complicated, so it's always best to have a video. So that is why I'm making a video for you guys, so that way you have something to reference, something you can go back on. If you found yourself taking this apart and not being able to put it back together, this is the video for you. So with that, let's jump right into the video and I'll show you guys how you tear this apart and put it back together. If you've never messed with one of these trigger assemblies, they can be a little bit intimidating. So I made this video to show you guys how everything goes and how you can get it back together. The main thing is going to be the spring positions. Make sure you're getting those where they're supposed to be. This particular piece right here with the trigger is going to have just that one spring that latches onto the stud. And then you have your throttle cable connected on the back end, and that is how it goes in, and that's how it goes out. Most of these parts, there's only one way you can install them. If you can't get it to fit, it's because something's not right. This particular piece, there's a spring, you just saw it pop out there. I'll show you in a little bit later in the video how to get that repositioned and latched back on. Pretty much the plastic molding is only going to accept these wires one way. It's specifically set up to fit, so you can't place them in the wrong position. There's going to be plastic that impedes you from doing that. This is how the throttle trigger comes apart. If you ever have to replace one of these, just look at the spring position and how it fits in the throttle trigger. This screw right here is for your throttle trigger adjustment. You just turn it in on one side, or you can back it out depending on how much tension you want on the throttle. And this is how the spring attaches into this piece. There's a little hole right there and it hooks on. Notice how both sides have grid patterns that point the same direction, so you can't really screw this up either. And then the smooth sides both fit on the smooth sides. The wires will fit in these little grooves and they'll snap into place. Again, this can only fit in one way. I guess you could reverse the wires, but black wire goes in first, then yellow is second. I have a rounded end tool here that I use to push this into place. Do not use a flathead screwdriver, as you can puncture the wires. And make sure you check out my description in this video. I will list my Amazon affiliates link to the tools that I use in the video and a couple other things that I find helpful on repair projects. Here's what the black wire looks like seated into place. And now I'll drop the L wire into the groove. The yellow wire is going to go right on top of the black in the same slot. And here's a look at the completed wiring harness. Take a look at these two metal ends. Notice how they're not touching. If they are touching, it'll ground it out and your machine won't start. And this is how you install your off switch right behind one of those pieces. Now the spring for the safety handle. Notice the position of the spring. you are going to take the spring and you are going to put it up underneath the bottom of this safety switch, so that way it can spring it back down. It's hard to take a picture of it, but it's up underneath there, and just check out the mechanics and make sure it can function just like this. Look how the throttle cable is attached to the throttle trigger. Now reconnect the other spring. Now test everything out to make sure it functions correctly before you seal it back up. Secure the throttle cable into place by that black plastic piece right there. Don't forget your throttle adjustment screw on the front. When you get everything put back together, do an adjustment to make sure you get it where you need it. So there you have it, new handle style for all the modern trimmers on the Pro Series side of things. They're all gonna function pretty much the same way, same parts. There may be a little bit of variation between models, but the biggest thing is making sure that you get your springs back into place, you get your wiring harness back into place. This stuff's only gonna fit one way, so you're gonna know right away if you don't have something right. This safety on top, that can be a little bit tricky with that spring. I showed you guys how to do that. Also, just making sure your choke line gets back in there right. If you have it the wrong way, it's not gonna fit in there. It's not gonna clear this thing. And then just the other thing to keep an eye on is this off button. So when you have those lines in there, if you're making contact, it's grounding it out, so it's not gonna start. So if you do have a problem with it not starting after you do all this, that would be the first thing to check. Make sure that those two contact points are not touching. Make sure that they're not bent. There should be just a slight amount of clearance between them, because then when you press the off button, it pushes the lines into each other, making a solid connection. So hopefully that video helped you guys. I know I've struggled a lot of times when I've taken these apart if I didn't take a video of them ahead of time. So this will be a nice little reference video for you guys if you ever do get into one of these, being able to put it back together. If you guys did find this video helpful, make sure you guys like it down below and subscribe to my channel. I got lots of the great content on there. Repairs comes to shop on a daily basis, tools, tips, and tricks that I use to get the customer's equipment fixed and right back out the door in the field. Also, make sure you guys check out the description down below. I put my Amazon affiliate links in there. If you guys do want to support the channel, it's a great way to do so. I'm going to put relevant products on there, trimmer lines, oils, fuel, air filters, any of the things that are relevant to the video that I'm doing. So make sure you guys check that out as well. So thanks for watching the video, and I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day.